What's going on, all my loyal Dragonites out in the Dragon Den? King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today, I'll be taking a look at the Amazon exclusive Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Alien Ranger box set. So here we have the 5 Alien Rangers posed and out of the packaging, and they look really nice all together. Before we have a look at their details, let's run through their accessories. Each Alien Ranger comes with 2 pairs of hands, as well as their blaster, their knife, a sheath, and their sword. We also do get some blast effects and some sword effects for each Ranger. So a pretty good set of accessories for this amount of figures. So with that out of the way, let's actually have a look at their details. So the Alien Rangers are looking pretty impressive here as a team, and I really like what Hasbro did with this set. For the most part, the 4 male Rangers are using the exact same body with different head sculpts, and the only new one is the female figure. I'll mostly be talking about the male's head, as their bodies are going to be pretty much the exact same. As far as the White Ranger goes, we'll have a look at her figure entirely. All 4 male Alien Rangers have really impressive head sculpts. You can see some line work on their helmets as well as their impressive visors. A nice little detail is that each visor is different in shape, as well as the headband that they're wearing. The gold headband is done really nice, with each Ranger having their respective insignia on it. So they are using the standard Power Rangers male body, which is really good. I do like it, but it does feel a little bit cheap on some of these figures. Add to it, since it's an older mold, these figures will be having exposed pinholes and pegs. Each of the male Rangers is using that older style body, which I'm still really happy with. It looks really nice on each of these Rangers. An added paint detail that each Ranger has is that white V on each of their necks, the black portion on them, as well as their Alien Ranger insignia. And on all the Rangers, the sword does peg on their back. The sleeves are nicely done, matching the colors on each of the Rangers respectively. Seeing as how they're using the older bodies, these Rangers still have the exposed pins. Their gauntlets are nicely painted with white and black accents. With the exception of the Yellow Ranger, who is sporting a black belt, the Black, Blue, and Red Ranger are all sporting gold belts. Now the belts all sport the same sculpt work, which is really nice, and on the middle of each of their belts you can see their insignias as well. And finally, we can store the blaster on the left side of their holster. Taking a look at the legs, we have your standard Lightning Collection legs on each of these Rangers. Then we go on to the boots, which continue to have white and black accents, followed by the main color of their boot. So overall, the male Rangers are all impressive despite being on that older body build. Taking a look at the White Ranger, her helmet is just like the other ones, with that impressive line work and the gold headband. Once again, her visor is a different shape from the other Rangers, and on her gold headband we do have her insignia. Now the White Ranger is sporting the newer female body, so I do like that. Taking a look at it, she has a ball joint at the base of her neck. We have that same white V that we saw on the other figures, which is still pretty noticeable on her, as well as the Alien Ranger insignia. And then finally, she does have her scabbard on her back. Being on the new body build, the White Alien Ranger has double jointed elbows with no visible pins. I do like the wrinkle details on her sleeves, those look really nice, and just like with the male Ranger, she has the same gauntlets. Black and white gauntlets look really nice on her, followed by the white gloves. Just like with her comrades, the White Alien Ranger has on her gold belt. Her gold belt does have her insignia on it, and just like with the other Rangers, she has her sidearm on her holster. And because she's a female Ranger, of course she's wearing a white skirt. And being on the new torso, she doesn't have any visible pinholes on her legs. We still have that seam line running down the side and some very impressive wrinkle sculpted details. And then she has that same white and black accents on her boots, followed by the main color being white. So overall, the detail on this set is done really nicely. From the paint and sculpt work, these Rangers look phenomenal. I will say maybe their heads sit a little high on their necks, but we'll attribute that to them being aliens. With their details out of the way, let's get them compared to our usual suspects. Here we have the Alien Rangers posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally, the Lightning Collection White Ranger and Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. Because they are standard Lightning Collection figures, they will fit in your Lightning Collection displays. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's run through the articulation for the male Rangers and the female Alien Ranger. The male Alien Rangers have a ball hinge in the neck, butterfly joint in the shoulders, arms go out to the side and do a full 360, swivel at the bicep and double hinged elbows, vertical hinge and swivel at the wrist, ball joint in the upper torso and a reverse ab crunch. Legs kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. Double bend at the knee, swivel at the boot, hinge in the ankle, and forward facing pin for rocker ankle. The White Ranger has a double ball joint in the head and in the base of her neck. Butterfly joint in her shoulders. Arms go out to the side and do a full 360. She has bicep swivel and double hinged elbows. Vertical hinge and swivel at her wrist, ball joint in her upper torso and a reverse ab crunch. Ball hinges in the leg, kick forward, go back, out to the side and have a thigh swivel. Double bend in her knee, rotation at her boot, hinge in the ankle and forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So pretty good articulation for the red, blue, black and yellow Rangers and phenomenal articulation for the White Ranger. It is pretty standard by Lightning Collection standards. So with everything said and done about the Alien Rangers, let's get them posed for my final thoughts. The Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers box set is very impressive for Mighty Morphin collectors. One thing I love about this set is because they are released as a complete box set, you don't have to track down each figure individually. I love the fact that we get all 5 of the Alien Rangers in one go rather than waiting several months for them to be released. I like the fact that each one gets several sets of hands as well as effect pieces for their guns and swords. It does make the set look very nice. Each of these Rangers has some minute details that make them individuals, from the way their helmets look all the way to the painted details on their swords. One major drawback to this set is that Hasbro cheaped out and used the older body build for the male Rangers. Don't get me wrong, I love the fact that the White Ranger got the updated articulation for the female figures, but I would have loved to see that updated articulation on the males as well. Add to it the fact that not all Rangers come with a pair of fists does make this a little bit strange, because I would have loved to see a pair of fists as well as style pose for each Ranger. But my nitpicks aside, this is still a really nice box set to own, especially if you're a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The fact that this set is an Amazon exclusive means that you don't have to track it down in the stores, and it's not part of the main line, so if you're not a fan of the Alien Rangers, you really don't have to pick them up. But seeing as how Mighty Morphin was a huge part of my childhood, I definitely had to have the Alien Rangers in my collection, because I do remember owning some of the figures when I was growing up. I'm very happy with this box set, and it will run you about $130, which does seem a little bit pricey even if you break it down to $25 a figure. If you can justify the price, I really recommend you pick up the Alien Rangers box set, especially for fans of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other Power Ranger videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, and other goodies, and ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites, coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.